Hi, students. Today we're going to go over how to put the entire IB history historical investigation internal assessment all together. We've been working on this for a long time, and we're finally at the point where we can get it all together and get it in and feel awesome about what we've accomplished in the last few months. Okay, so here we go. What am I going to cover with you today? We're going to go over how to set up the title page, how to organize the final draft, how to set up the bibliography. Notice it says bibliography, not annotated bibliography. So you're going to remove those annotations and you're going to make sure it's in what style? Chicago style, like we've been setting it up from the beginning, but now it's just the sources. It's not the summary. Okay. Then you're going to do your self-evaluation on a Google form before you turn in your final draft to turnitin.com. I want it to happen in that order, and there's a specific reason why. Okay, so here we go. So how do we organize our IA? We need to make sure we have the title page first. Then, let me move myself. You want to make sure part of a key skill of organization is making sure things are consistent. So using the same font style, the same size, the same boldness in key sections. Okay, so making sure things are consistent. Correct and consistent footnotes. If you do not have proper citations, that means you're plagiarizing, and that means a 0. So we want to make sure we have that done right. And in case you forgot how to do Chicago style footnotes, I've included that video there. You need to have page numbers on it. I want them to go in the bottom right-hand corner of your Google Doc. And again, bottom right-hand corner, okay? And here's a short video on how to do that. If you're including an appendix, that would be where there was a key source that you wanted to use in your investigation, that there was information that was important, but you couldn't include the entire quote within your word count because it would send you over. That's where you could add an appendix. That also doesn't count with your word count. And I showed you guys some examples on what that would look like, but I don't think many of you are doing that. Okay. And then again, the bibliography, you're going to have it divided up by primary sources, print sources, and web sources. Let's review. Primary sources, those are firsthand accounts from the period of the scope of your investigation. So letters, diary entries, battle plans, speeches, things like that. Okay. Print sources, that would be like a journal article from JSTOR, a historian's book about your topic. Okay. Something that is printed material that is not a primary source or a web page. So if you used a web page that is dedicated to your topic, then that's where you would include it as a web page. Or maybe it's an interactive, or maybe it's some type of historical website that's dedicated to your topic. Okay. You're going to divide it up by that and alphabetize your sources within there. Okay. Do these count for your word count? Nope. Okay. So make sure you don't include those. Okay. Moving along. What goes on the title page? All right. This is like the easiest thing ever. You guys are going to be so happy to see how easy this is. What is required on the title page? Your research question, which should totally be finalized by now, and type out your word count. Those are the only 2 things that are required. If you want to include your name, if you want to include an interesting photograph or an image or a poster or something like that, you're welcome to, but this is all that's required. Your full research question and your word count, okay? This does not count for your word count. Phew. All right, there we go. Moving along. So again, so we looked at this sample essay, right? So you notice they put the this image here of the Rosies working in the factory during World War II. Is the research question required? Yep. So that's why it's highlighted here in turquoise. Optional. So if you want to include your name and your IB candidate number that applies to you, you can do that. If you want to put the date, you can do that. But these are the only 2 things that are required. All right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here we go. What goes on the bibliography? So we went over Chicago style in great depth and how to set that up. So the bibliography, again, you're going to have the title. You're going to have your primary sources alphabetized first. So you would put a heading, primary sources, and then rank or alphabetize those A to Z. All right. Again, those are firsthand accounts. Then you're going to have your print sources, A to Z. Then you're going to have your web or other A to Z. Okay. Do you keep your annotations? No, no. So none of the what's in it, how you're going to use it, why it's valuable. It's going to look just like that right here. Okay. Everybody got it? All right. So that's what goes on the bibliography. Now, the self-evaluation, there's a lot of stuff that I want to make sure doesn't fall through the cracks here. Let me get my face out of the way. Not working. Okay. uh, Self-evaluation. You should always triple check everything you can in life because humans make mistakes, right? But especially a major research project that has a lot of different pieces and a lot of things to double check and triple check on that might have fallen through the cracks somehow, okay? So the self-evaluation asks you some very specific questions about each little step. You need to do this before you submit. You need to do it when? Before you submit, to make sure you didn't do anything, because it's like a big checklist of the things you need to make sure you have. You're also going to do a self-evaluation using the mark schemes. And so I'm going to show you that really quick so you know what I'm talking about. So, oh, one more thing. This is a little bit out of order. How do you save your file? Please make sure when you guys submit it on turnitin.com, it's going to be saved like this. Last name and topic. So let's pretend I did Haitian independence. So my would be Greeley, Haitian independence, okay? Or if you did Greeley and Civil War, American Civil War, or Greeley and Simon Bolivar, okay? Whatever your topic was. All right, back to this. So part A, how many marks or points, so to speak, can you get on this? It's somewhere between 0 and 6, okay? So what I want you to do on the self-evaluation is I want you to evaluate yourself based on these, okay? Would you score a 1, a 2? Don't put 1 to 2. It doesn't give you that option, but would you score a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4? 3 means you're on the lower end of this part. 4 means you're on the higher end. You're closer to nailing this, okay? 3 means you're not perfect on it, okay? 5, again, you're on the lower end of this as far as these criteria. 6 means you're on the higher end. You believe that you absolutely did it and you could back it up with your investigation, okay? So you will self-evaluate yourself looking at this, okay? All right, same thing for part B. This one is going to be a little bit tougher because the investigation is long, right? And it's clearly more. So 0, 1 to 3. So can you earn a tune? Yeah. Okay. I mean, so just keep that in mind. It's not 1 to 3. It could be 1, 2, or 3. A 4 to 6. So if you believe that's where you fall in. A 7, 8, or a 9, where you fall in here. 10, 11, 12 in here, 13, 14, 15 in here. And you're going to self-evaluate based on what you believe you demonstrated in your IA for part B, the investigation. Okay. And then same thing for part C, the reflection. You could get between a 0 and a 4 on that. And you can again get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And you're going to evaluate your investigation based on these criteria. Okay. Now, the self-evaluation. So it's linked here, and I'll share this presentation with you guys. The self-evaluation, like I said, is very important for a few reasons, okay? And I'll walk you through that in a second. Once you've finished your self-evaluation, and you've gotten everything good, then you're going to go to turnitin.com. If you haven't joined my class yet, you need to do that. Okay, it is required that you submit it here, not on Google Classroom. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. So you'll submit it there. Here's the class ID. Here is the class name, and you should be able to get in. If we have any problems Monday, taking care of that, then I will help you throughout the week and we'll get that figured out. Okay, so that's where you turn it in after you've done your evaluation. All right, your self-evaluation. Then I'm kind of a sap. You guys know that. And I needed, as I wrap this up with you guys, I needed to express my gratitude to you all as we've navigated this year together and starting an IB program together, surviving a pandemic, surviving distance learning, facing so many personal, academic, just life challenges right now. I really want you guys to genuinely know that I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I genuinely will never forget this year and the group, this group that I've worked with, everything that we've been through together. I really hope, like I said, that you've learned that you're so much stronger than you could ever realize before. And I hope you carry this with you as you go through future challenges in life. Um, a few months ago, I'm sure many of you never would have imagined you would be able to do what you're doing right now. And look at you. Okay. So this is my sappy note to you guys, just expressing my pride and my gratitude of being on this journey with you guys. So when we have this all done, we can take a huge deep breath and know that we have grown tremendously. Okay, so I hope you take the time to read this note from me. Okay, because I mean it. Okay, so that is it for today, and make sure you finish this ed puzzle. This video, I'm turning it into an ed puzzle. Make sure you do your self-evaluation, which I said I was going to go over with you guys, so let me do that really quick. And so as you guys can see here, sorry, you're not done. Sorry. Um, a lot of it is about making sure you did all the little things that were required, right? So I saved my file with last name and topic. I have page numbers. I have a bibliography. I have my sources organized in the right way. So it's a lot of just checking. All right. And then this actual scoring self-evaluation that, again, that one last look where you're like, you know what, I need to fix that. That way you can fix it before you submit finally. And make sure you guys are aware you're turning it into turnitin.com. And then the last one, this is really big because I really want to make sure we don't have any issues with this, but I want to make sure everybody fully understands that if anything comes back as not cited, that was from an outside source, I want to make sure you understand that you will not earn credit on the IA. And so I just really want to avoid that. And hopefully we cite everything. Yes. Okay, guys. Everyone take care. I will see you soon. And good luck, my friends. Good luck. All right. Take care, everybody.